welcome back to the show. Now, this evening, Jamaica's cultural community will gather at the Little Theatre to honor a man whose name is etched into the nation's creative legacy, Munair, Sonny T, Zacca.
And of course, joining us are two stars who knew him very well. Actor Robert Major Bobby Finjay Smith and actress Karen Harriet Wilson will reflect on his brilliance and his mentorship and the mark he left on stage and screen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, you knew him personally. You
yes.
worked with him as well. And I just want to know maybe something, a takeaway you have of him, not just as a person, but as a performer as well. Talk about his impact on you.
Well, I met Munair when I was very, very young. You know, just left school. We did Trevor Rowan's Old Story Time. And Munair was the consummate actor, you know? Munair embodied every single role. There is no role. I know everybody knows Sonny T, right? But apart from Sonny T, Munair was in over almost 200 plays. Yes, and none of them repeated. You know, he was the actor who really embodied the role. And on stage and off stage, Munzi giving 120% to every character. So as a youngster coming up, you know, looking at that, I mean, I had the pleasure of growing up, watching, you know, and knowing that Munzi never, you don't see, the only thing, well, most of Jamaica know Sonny T, but trust me, apart from Sonny T, all of the different roles that Munair has played, you know, it's just so impactful. Yes, man, and we have to celebrate that. We have to celebrate
I know, speaking of Sonny T, I was saying before we came on, is that name, Bobby, is etched in our memories. But you started that trajectory, that story with him when? Tell us your story. The first season. A lot of persons don't know that. What was the experience like?
Well, I didn't plan to be there. No. It's like they had called me to look at the possibility of being a weapons master. So whenever any shooting or anything went go on, I would guide them on things. I walked into Media Mix. Well, no, I say, you guys say you want to see me. And lady doing the casting, look up and goes, "See madden,
Just like that.
Just so.
It went like that. But Munair, as she said, consummate actor. But what most people don't realize is that he probably went into his room at home, looked at the script, and became the person. And I'm serious with it. Because I remember doing a scene with him, and we finished the scene to a certain point. And I jokingly chuck him and say, "You know, I must learn to ease off, you know."
I'm still in character.
Man, how dare you touch it on?
Yes, he lived it.
Say what? Try it again, try it. And then he said, "What's happening?" I said, "I don't know." But it made life for me, and I think other people acting opposite him, easy, because he carried you where you were supposed to be in interacting with him.
I'm glad you said that. A lot of young actors may or may not be familiar with his work, or and maybe didn't even know him. But there are values and lessons that must be carried forward. What are some of those that, you know, for young actors looking on now and hearing us speak about him today, what are some of those that you think we want to see carry on?
I think Munzi would like young actors to, I'm going to take the liberty of saying, be true to your role. Be true to your role. The method actor, research your role and carry it through. Don't watch TV and try to create a role from what you, because a lot of young people nowadays, sorry, but yeah, a lot of you know, you want to go the shorter route and the lazy route. So you have a character to play, you just see if you find somebody on TV and you just watch it.
It's like karaoke.
Or like
people try to sing the song like the original.
Like the original.
So they don't get the...
So be true to it.
You realize Bobby said people try to sing the song in the pine Tammy.
I didn't know that you noticed. I never know that you noticed.
Well established.
No, but I love what you're saying, though. You know, a lot of people are just emulating, they're just copying, as opposed to, as you're saying, becoming the role, which it sounds like your dear Munzi, as you call him, took very seriously.
Very, very seriously. Very seriously.
Was he reliable? What are the other attributes he took to screen and production and work? Because sometimes we don't know, you know, could you depend on him to show up?
All right, so I'm from my younger days, and probably that's why they groomed me. Munair Zacca, Trevor Rohn, Leonie Forbes, Charles Hyatt. Yes, those people. When you have a production, you have a play, you do not come to the rehearsal half an hour before. You don't. You have to come to rehearsal at least over an hour before. Yes. Sit down, get in your space, look at your script, so that if rehearsal is 6 o'clock, you're not coming in at 5 to 6 and sauntering and smiling, and then the rehearsal starts at 7. No, 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 no. If you come late and they're not saying anything to you, they're not cussing you out, no, no, no. The way they make you feel, you know that that is not on.
So early is on time and on time is late.
There you
Got
go.
it.
But I want to ask, Bobby, you know, what was your preparation? Because the day you said you were mad, it's not like you were prepared to do this.
No, my problem is that because of the Madden role and because of my actual life experiences, people would say, I'm typecasting, man. Because I had the experience of between the military and patrolling and being with, I just created Madden between officers that I had worked with, a little bit of him, a little bit of him, a little bit of him. But in the middle of it all, I still had to immerse myself in
the character.
But I had to learn that when Lenny said, action, turn on Madden. When him said, cut, turn off Madden.
Right.
Because you can become easily schizophrenic.
Oh yeah, everybody's method is so
Bobby's multi-talented. Bobby's a fantastic comedian also, if you didn't know. But I want to ask you, tell us about the event later on. Where and when, and give us all the information.
Little theater.
So one of the things I wanted to contribute was that Munair's impact on the theater community is such that at his passing, you didn't have hand to volunteer to put this tribute together.
And a Facebook group that we have to carefully when get too big.
That's lovely.
So, you know, so that tells you, that is testimony to his impact on the theater community. Everybody jump in. I want to volunteer. I want to volunteer. I want to volunteer. You know? So this evening at 6:30 at the Little Theater, we're coming out to celebrate. And not just actors. It is free. I know we love free things.
You have crowd?
No, we have free things. But let us come out this evening, 6:30 at the Little Theater. There is a pre-show event, so you come out, have a little drinks and thing. But we're coming out this evening in our full numbers to celebrate the life of Munair Zacca.
Love that.
But
Yes.
before you finish, let me just give you a quick thing. I'll tell you how professional he was. In the latter years, Munair had problems with hearing, and he was particularly deaf in one ear as such. And Munair changed the entire blocking outside of the producer and the director's thing to position himself that when you talking, him can hear you. So him angle himself in a certain way. And if you insisted on doing the original blocking, him just stop. Stop. That's not how it works.
Yes, yes.
All right, we have 3 directors, one here and the other.
Yeah. I love that. I really,
that.
really
This evening.
appreciate
Just
you
one.
both sharing with us
Yes.
this morning. And I really hope everybody comes out later.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Celebrate.
come out and
It's got to be
celebrate, because this is
Yeah.
not about mourning.
Yes.
This is
No.
about celebrating
Celebration.
the life of an exceptional actor
Yeah.
and a wonderful human being.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Please come out
that.
and let us show him, show his spirit, that we loved him, we still love him, we appreciate his role in the theater landscape, and we want him to know that we're carrying on the legacy.
Yes, and
It's-
what a
it's-
gift
it's
to his
the-
family as well. Sorry,
Yes.
to have
Yes.
everybody come together and support them
Yes.
in this
Yes,
time.
yes.
And our condolences to
Yes,
the entire
absolutely,
family as
the
well.
entire
And
family.
remember, early is
Early-
on time.
early is on
but
time.
on time is late. So
On
get
time
there
is late.
before 6:30 do.
No, you tell them, so they're going to be food. The people
Yes,
here.
they'll-
Yes, yes, food and fun. And even though it's little theatre, it's going to be a big night.
Yeah, it is.
Rubbing shoulders with the stars of Jamaican stage and screen. Of course, that was Karen Harriet Wilson.
Tiny
Robert
Winey,
Fields
Royal
Smith.
Palmer State.
Tiny Winey, Shining a light- An extraordinary life of Sonny T. His work lives on, and tonight's tribute is going to be one for the history books. So after the break, we'll be talking self-care and gifting with Jamaican brand, and that's gonna be right here.
We need a show. Anybody want a show? Give me a show.
Sunrise will be right back. What's
I'm gonna
that?
need a different show.